Hello everybody, my name is Phakhi Unnawasakul and my ID is 610-96-44424. Today we will learn about parabola graph and let's start the video. Don't know how graph works? Can't draw parabola? Considering giving up? Well, don't worry, young lad. Today I got the video just for you to teach you how to draw a parabola. So, before we learn about parabola graph, we must understand that parabola graph will be expressed in this form: y equal ax squared plus bx plus c. And that's how the parabola will be formed in this graph. Now, let's understand the four questions of parabolas. First question is, how do we know when will the parabola graph will be upward or downward? And second, when will we know that, well, the parabola graph will be wide or thin? And third point is, what is the critical point of the parabola graph? And finally, fourth, the x and y intercept of the parabola graph, or I like to call it cutting points. Let's start. First is the question of when will the graph will be upward or downwards. Well, that's easy. In this form, as you can see, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. To know, well, when will the graph will be upward or downward is from this. Well, to be upward, the graph will be expressed in the positive form. As you can see, in positive form, the graph will be upward. However, if the form is expressed in a negative, like this, the graph will be downward. So that's our first question. Second is to know when will the graph be wide or thin. As you can see, to know when will the graph will be wide or thin is expressed in this form as well. However, if the a is in the low number, like for example 0.5 or something like that, the graph will actually be wide. But if the number of a is large, like 50, the graph will be actually small. So, to make you understand, it'll be like this. The closer the number is getting closer to 0, the graph will be big or wide. But the closer, the bigger the number, as I should say, like for example, or higher, the graph will be small. And that's answer the second question. On to the next point. Critical point. What is a critical point? Well, to express in this graph, a critical point is the point that tells you where the graph will be turned, or exactly which point is important. So basically critical points are x and y intercept and the turning point. Or I like to call it vertex. Now, I think I will answer the fourth question before the third question because it's actually important. To determine the y-intercept, I given these questions, this equation. So, to determine the y-intercept, we must make x equals 0 and then convert the whole question like this. And now you get y because 0 times and square are always zeros. You always get zeros, so the only one that left is negative 3. So y is in this position. And for the x-intercept, we will make y equal to 0 and then replace the question by this into this. So it will be x squared plus 2x minus 3. How do you do this? Well, we must split into two brackets. To prove whether this is right or wrong, basically you times the number back. And then you see that we will get the same amount of the question. And now we will have these two brackets. What do we do next? Well, x intercept, we will make each bracket equal to 0. And now we move the number so we know how much is the x. We move 1, so x will be equal to 1. We move 3, x will be equal to negative 3 because it will always turn this to another symbol, opposite symbol. So we will have x equal to 1, 0 and x in the negative 3 position. So for the vertex, how do we do the vertex? Well, that's simple. First, you see this number? We're gonna make it half. So half of 2 is 1. So we're gonna express it like this. And since I add the number myself, I must minus the same amount, and then we have the original point added as well. So what do we do next is we make it into a bracket, this whole part into a bracket. But since it is the same, so we will only get this form. And these two will do the symbol process and will equal to minus 4. And now we have the vertex form, which I would like to call. And from this, we will have plus 1 and minus 4. In vertex form, we now know the turning point of the graph. So if I may, this will return to minus 1 because it will be opposite of the original part, and then this will be kept the same as minus 4. Now we have the vertex. So now we know the 3 important points of each of the graph. And now we have the 4 critical points which would help us plot a graph. How do we use this information? Well, simple. We'll start with the vertex, which is -1 and -4. We'll start from here, -1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, right here. And then we'll use the first x-intercept, which is 1, right here. And second x-intercept is -3 or -3, which would be 1, 2, 3, right here. And we will have the y-intercept, will be -3, would be 1, 2, 3. And now you could draw a graph. And it will be around something like this. So, as you can see, parabola graph isn't that hard, and when you understand it, it's actually easy, and I hope you do a good job, and then I'll see you next time. Have fun. So, as you can see, parabola isn't that hard, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.